It is time for the Inside Travel Talk podcast, a radio show. Hi there. Coming up on today's show, we will be talking about the case of the windowless seat. Sounds like a Hardy Boys mystery. Twilight bag dropping, mishandled bags, low-tech luxury, AMA Waterways Christmas markets, cruises are making some changes, and some good news. This will be the cruise deal of the week. Viking Cruises needs to fill some cabins. We'll give you the details. Let's get started.
Explore your world. It's the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show, presented by BluePlanetVacations.com. Call or text the show now, 801-649-3700, 801-649-3700, and check out the podcast at InsideTravelTalk.com. And now, here are your hosts, Patrick Wiscombe and Mark Faldmo.
Welcome to another edition of the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show. Hello there. I am Patrick Wiscombe alongside Mark Faldmo. He will be here in just a moment. He's printing off, hot off the press, the cruise deal of the week and the travel deal of the week. Coming up on today's show, we will be talking about the case of the windowless seat. It's an ongoing lawsuit, but it does have impact on how you might fly. We'll also be talking about Twilight bag dropping, mishandled bags. You don't hear about that very often. We've got some updates on that. Low-tech luxury vacations. AMA Waterways is making some cruise changes on their Christmas markets cruise, and Viking needs to fill some cabins. Plus, we have the travel deal of the week in this opening segment of the show. And if you are brand new to the show, first of all, thank you for listening. The entire purpose of this radio show and podcast is to help you plan to book your next vacation, or we're just going to give you some ideas of where you may want to go on vacation next. And we are presented by BluePlanetVacations.com. Mark Faldmo, you just made your way into the studio. Hi there. How you doing?
I'm doing great today.
Should we start with the travel news right at the top?
Let's go.
It's the case of the windowless seat, and we have some news on this. So a judge has denied United Airlines or United's motion to dismiss the windowless seat case. First of all, let's just give people some history here and update this story for them.
I think about 2 years ago, we talked about this. I'm a big window seat flyer. There are window seats that have no windows, and the airline seat maps don't clearly show. If you click on it, it says window seat. It doesn't say this seat does not have a window. And so someone decided to sue United Airlines, make it a class action lawsuit that they were selling window seats without windows. Last week, a judge denied United's motion to drop that. United said, it doesn't say anywhere in our terms and conditions that a window seat must have a window.
Oh, come on.
And so I'm kind of glad this has happened, although there are ways to find better seats on airlines. One of the places I recommend, it's called seatmaps.com. You can put in your airline, the type of aircraft, and you can see exactly where those are. It says if the seats are narrower, because sometimes back in the back of the aircraft where it starts to curve in, the seats are an inch or inch and a half narrower than normal seats. It'll tell you why they're preferred, why they're not preferred, if they have a window, if they don't have a window. And I do this every time I book. I make sure the seats I am choosing have a window, because I'm one that likes to look out the window almost the entirety of the flight.
Never ask Mark to surrender his window seat. He'll just say no.
Yes. I'll just say no.
He'll say it with a smile. He'll go, thanks, no thanks.
Yep. I might do it if someone wants to switch for an aisle seat in first class. I'll give them my coach window seat. But
well, you're in first class quite a bit anyway.
Yeah.
If you're new to the show, Mark are we at 4 million miles yet?
Almost to 3 million miles.
Oh, I thought it was 4.
Well, that's on Delta.
Oh,
I am a million miler on American as well. So, So that's 4 million miles, close to 4 million miles. Yes.
Okay. So when he says he enjoys his window seats, he's not joking. We'll stick with the United theme here. United officially rolls out the Twilight bag drop at Chicago O'Hare.
This is good. This is If you have an early morning flight, so between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m., United at O'Hare will allow you to check your bag the night before. They'll allow you to just drive through the airport, drop your bag off, so you don't have the hassle of doing it that morning.
Oh, really?
If you're at a 6 a.m. flight, you have to be there at 4. It'd be nice just to not have to deal with checked bags if you have a checked bag.
Okay.
They've actually been doing for a while at Guam. United has lots of flights into Guam, and they leave at not very good times of the day. They've started testing it in select U.S. markets, and now it's permanent at Chicago O'Hare.
Really?
A lot of European carriers already have a similar service. So no domestic U.S. carriers have anything like this. So we'll see if that comes to other airlines soon.
Mishandled bag numbers are down, but it's not all good news. What are the details?
Worldwide, the global mishandled bag drop rate dropped from 6.3 bags per 1,000 passengers in 2004 to 4.9 bags per 1,000 passenger in 2005.
Okay.
So that's the good news. The bad news is mishandled bags continues to be a huge cost for the airlines. It's estimated that it costs airlines $6.3 billion each year on mishandled bags,
Really?
Either for compensation or rerouting them. So it is a huge cost to airlines. Due to technology, it is getting better. The biggest cause is a tight connection or a plane's late.
Yeah.
And then the bags don't make that flight. On the other end of that, the airlines are paying couriers to deliver bags to hotels, cruise lines, or homes, whatever. And so there is a cost to that. Travel tip, get an Apple AirTag or something.
Oh,
so you can track your bags.
I am a huge Apple nerd, and so I own everything Apple. About 5 years ago, they released AirTag version 1. AirTag version 2, very minor upgrade, but it's a significant upgrade in the right ways. So in case anyone is wondering. Always in the opening segment of the show, we always have the hotel spotlight, and we wanted to talk about what is being called low-tech luxury in the Caribbean. Let's define what low-tech luxury is.
This is a trend where there are hotels that don't have Wi-Fi, don't have TVs in the room, and you are just there to enjoy the destination, and just helps guests disconnect from the world and just enjoy where they're at. One of these hotels is one I've heard about, and I really want to visit this place because it looks amazing. It's on Antigua, and it's called the Coco's Hotel. And this is
I've heard about this, yeah.
It's the perfect example of low-tech luxury. It's an adults-only, all-inclusive resort. It has 44 private Caribbean-style cottages, so you're in your own individual building unit. It's on a hillside located between two white sand beaches. So every room has ocean views, just a really good location. There are no televisions. Their philosophy is simple: disconnect from technology and reconnect with who you're traveling with. The hotel offers all of your standard all-inclusive amenities like great food, kayaking, snorkeling. It's good for couples, honeymooners, just a really good resort to visit. There's no Wi-Fi. I'm sure you can probably get data plans where you can have that if you want. But we're talking about the Caribbean here, but this is a growing trend worldwide. There are a lot of resorts offering digital detox packages, wellness retreats. Some of these hotels even offer phone-free zones where they don't allow phones into certain areas or certain parts of the beach.
This is the no phone zone.
The no phone zone, yeah.
While we're talking about the Caribbean, that will lead into the travel deal of the week, which is...
It's Caribbean all-inclusive packages, including some of these digital detox resorts that we've talked about. Save up to $400 off per reservation. Book by July 31st with a 4-night minimum air and hotel reservation. We can also add transfers and tours onto that. Now is a good time, especially if you're looking at traveling in the fall, to get those Caribbean reservations made.
It's crazy that we're already starting to talk about the fall. Where's this year gone?
Going pretty fast.
Man, half a year down, half a year to go. Take advantage of the Caribbean all-inclusive packages. Save up to $400 per reservation. Call Mark in the office. Phone number is 888-718-7717. Again, 888-718-7717. And you can also get all this information on blueplanetvacations.com. When we come back, it is time for the Just Cruising segment. This is the segment of the show that has made us famous around the country and around the world. This week, we're talking about MSC Cruises. We're going to talk about AMA Waterways making some changes to their Christmas markets. And we've got the cruise deal of the week, Viking Ocean Cruises. Stick around for this. That is next when the Inside Travel Talk podcast or radio show continues alongside Mark Faldmo. I am Patrick Wiscombe. Thank you so much for listening. We will be right back. Give us about 60 seconds.
Taking you to destinations around the world. The Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show is presented by BluePlanetVacations.com. America's best travel advisors. Call or text the show now. 801-649-3700. 801-649-3700. Thanks for listening. We'll be right back.
Inside Travel Talk is brought to you by AMA Waterways. From castles to capitals, discover Europe the way it was meant to be seen. By river, experience iconic destinations, immersive culture, and unforgettable moments, all in comfort and style. Whether you love history, food, or scenic beauty, there's a journey waiting for you. To set out on your own river cruise journey, contact Blue Planet Vacations at 888-718-7717 or blueplanetvacations.com.
Imagine watching the sun rise over Hawaii, sipping a tropical drink at an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, or wandering the charming streets of Europe. The best part? Your vacation can help pay for your next one. With Delta Vacations and Blue Planet Vacations, SkyMiles members earn miles on flights, earn medallion qualification dollars on vacation packages, and can earn up to 10,000 bonus miles on qualifying bookings. Wherever you're dreaming of next, let Blue Planet Vacations help you get there. Visit BluePlanetVacations.com to start planning.
Now, back to the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show, presented by BluePlanetVacations.com. America's best travel advisors. Call or text the show right now. 801-649-3700. 801-649-3700. And check out the podcast at InsideTravelTalk.com. Here's Patrick Wiscombe and Mark Faldmo.
If you have ever been on a cruise and you hear that, that is the sound of joy. Happy sail away.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show. That is Mark Faldmo. I am Patrick Wiscombe. And to everyone boarding the show right now, may I just say, ahoy, mateys. Ahoy. Some people ask why I say ahoy, mateys, ahoy. Just a quick story if you'll indulge me. So when my son Brandon was very, very young, that's how we used to greet each other. So this is kind of an encoded hello to my son every time he listens. So this is the Just Cruising segment. This is the segment of the show that has made us famous around the country and around the world. It's only about cruise news and it's only about cruise deals. And let's get right to the travel news. MSC Cruises is unveiling a new immersive Pan-Asian street food dining concept on the MSC World Asia. So the world-class ships, that would be MSC World Asia, World America, World, I think there's Europa.
Europa.
And I think, isn't there another one coming?
Well, the Asia.
Oh, yeah, I guess it
so
is.
that'll
Okay.
be the four.
Yeah, okay.
This is a new concept, I think, for any cruise line. So the Pan-Asian venue will kind of be a 3-in-1 venue. It's going to have all day sit-down dining, plus it's going to have on-the-go street-style bites, so Asian street food. And then it's also going to have cooking demonstrations, so live cooking demonstrations in this area. I love some good Singapore street noodles, but with this 3-in-1 venue, guests will be able to go in and have a sit-down meal, just grab some food quickly, or enjoy cooking demonstrations on how things are made.
Is that ship out or is it coming out?
It's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's 4-ish months from now.
About 4 months.
Yeah. Okay. AMA Waterways is introducing a new itinerary for their Christmas markets. What changes are they making, Mark, or what are they introducing?
This is a new itinerary. They've always done Christmas markets, but this is an itinerary that goes between Frankfurt and Nuremberg. This is pretty much all Germany. Nuremberg, I think, is the best Christmas market. And then
you've said that for a long time.
Yeah, it's great. And then goes to Bamberg, Germany, Würzburg, Wertheim, Rudolfsheim, which is another really good Christmas market, Mainz, and then ends in Frankfurt, or does the reverse.
So this is just going to be a new Christmas market cruise that really hasn't been offered.
Yeah, this particular itinerary has not been offered, and it starts in 2027. The price on it starts at $2,929 per person, which is a pretty good price for Christmas markets on AMA Waterways. Plus, they have a couple things. If you're booking right now, they have an anniversary sale, which is save up to $2,000, which that price I gave includes the anniversary sale. They have some other things like free pre and post cruise packages. So there's some things going on with Christmas markets in general. But this new itinerary really gets you in depth to those German Christmas markets.
Celestial is going to start offering some Mediterranean Odyssey sailings.
Celestial, and we've talked about them in the past. They're primarily Greek Isles cruise.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They do Greece and Turkey. They're really heavy in that. They did get a second ship, and they decided to branch out. Where they decided to branch out to was to the Persian Gulf, which obviously did not work for them this year. So they've had to come up with new itineraries for that second ship, and they've now moved those to more Western Mediterranean cruises. Other than their typical Greece and Turkey sailings, they'll now do sailings to Spain, Portugal, Morocco, France, Gibraltar, and other Italian ports. One of the standout itineraries on this is a new 14-night cruise that covers all of those places I just mentioned. But it's a smaller ship, so they're 1,500 passenger size ships. So they're kind of, I guess, medium size ships. But they do a really good job on the Greek Isles cruise. So, this would be a really good way to branch out on them and get kind of a low-key, more in-depth Mediterranean cruise than you get with some of the other cruise lines. They do a lot more overnights. In some cases in the Greek Isles, they actually have 2 ports in a day because the Greek Isles are so close. So you'll do half day in one and half day in another. So they do some unique things and have some unique itineraries.
Let's get to the cruise deal of the week, always in the Just Cruising segment. And we're going to be talking about Viking sailing in the Mediterranean. What promotion do we have for listeners?
This is a really good promotion on Viking, and this is for fall of 26 sailings. Usually you don't see Viking with space available this close in, but what they are offering is free international airfare from select gateway cities, free beverage package, up to a $500 shipboard credit per couple, and only $25 deposits.
Man, they do have to fill some space.
The final payment is going to be pretty close on this, but the 25 deposit is a good offer to at least start looking around and get something on hold. Now, this does expire July 31st, so we have about a week to get this booked. And I wanted to just highlight 2 of their itineraries. The first itinerary I wanted to highlight, it's called Journey to Antiquities. It's an 8-day cruise starts at $27.99 per person.
Oh.
It includes 5 guided tours and stops in 3 countries. So it starts in Rome, goes to Naples, where you can get some really good pizza, goes to Messina in Sicily, goes to Crete in Greece, Ephesus in Turkey, and then ends in Athens. So that's a really good offer for 8 days and on Viking Ocean. Then there's kind of an upgraded version of this called Cities of Antiquity. It starts at $39.99 per person, 15 days, so twice as long.
Yeah.
Includes 11 tours and 3 countries. So again, Rome and Naples, Messina, but then it goes to Valletta, which is in Malta, which is probably my favorite stop in all of the Mediterranean. Then goes to Corfu in Greece, Olympia, where you can go visit the ruins of where the first Olympics were held. Then goes to Rhodes, Santorini, and ends in Athens. I think that Valletta Malta port is very much worth it.
We've been doing this show for nearly 3 years, and you've always said that. It puts a smile on your face. I can hear it.
It does. I've often thought of doing a blog or something on my favorite cities to cruise into. And I think now that Venice, that the bigger cruise ships can't get into that kind of downtown port, I think Malta would be on number 1 of that list. Because when you sail in, it's kind of a city on a cliff. And as you sail in, it's just an amazing sail into Malta.
Take advantage of this promotion.
Viking is a little bit different on this. Once you book, pretty much anything you pay is non-refundable once you pay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With Viking.
Okay.
Just because there's so much demand. Although we are talking about fall dates on these cruises, but so there is some space, but anything you put down on these would be non-refundable at this point.
Okay. But you can hold your place in line. $25 deposits to hold your place in line. That's phenomenal, especially for Viking. You just never see that. Call Mark in the office. Take advantage of the cruise deal of the week. Go sail the Mediterranean. Go on Celestial. Go on Viking. Man, just get out and see the world while you can. Call Mark in the office. Get the conversation started. Put your deposit down. 888-718-7717. 888-718-7717. And he'll also post this information on blueplanetvacations.com. Well, that's it. We're done. Our job is done. Now it's your turn to get out and see the world while you can, because you never know what curveballs life is going to throw at you. Live your life deliberately. Live your life intentionally. And a sincere thank you for listening to the show. Have a terrific week. We'll talk to you next weekend.
That's it. That's the end of the show. You've been listening to the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show with Patrick Wiscombe and Mark Faldmo, presented by BluePlanetVacations.com. Book your adventure right now. Call 888-718-7717. That's 888-718-7717. Thanks for listening. Have a great week.
Inside Travel Talk is brought to you by Travelex Insurance Services. Their travel insurance plans can help protect you and your vacation. Travelex is known for their award-winning customer service and high claims paid rate. Contact Blue Planet Vacations at 888-718-7717 or blueplanetvacations.com for more information.